Hello Facebook viewers and welcome to this Ghana National Bureau of Standards Live. As you may know, the Ghana National Bureau of Standards is one of the organizations set up to assist businesses to ensure that they grow and develop. For many years now, the GNBS has been offering a number of training programs to business executives and staff in order for them to improve their operations. So many of these training are related to international standards, which we cannot learn in the classroom. So certainly the GNBS is the organization that provides such training to ensure that our stakeholders, including business personnel, are equipped with the knowledge needed to implement standards. So we are happy today to be on this live to share information with you on all the upcoming training that the Ghana National Bureau of Standards has to offer. Today with me is Mr. Tyrone Rambakis. He's our Business Development Officer, and certainly he has a wealth of knowledge and information as it relates to the training the Ghana National Bureau of Standards offer. So we will go right into it. So welcome to the program, Tyrone.
Thank you.
Yes, so we'll be talking about training. The GNBS offers so many training programs to so many stakeholders across the 10 administrative regions of Guyana. Whether it's at the GNBS itself where we have all the facilities, or whether it's at the company's location where we're able to train all their staff. You can begin by sharing some of our experiences recently. How has it been in terms of training so far for the year?
All right, so of course, thank you for that introduction and all the information you just provided. But at the GNBS, as we're all aware, we provide a number of different trainings in many different areas. Now, we work with both international standards as well as local standards. But of course, all of our trainings that we provide, they're based on standards. So with that being said, of course, we have trainings that are scheduled to run for the entire year, all the way from January to December. Now, so far for the year, the trainings, especially the demand for them, we have seen them continuously rise. So it is something that definitely persons can look forward for, more of it to come. Now, in terms of the recent trainings that we've had, there have been quite a few that, of course, it is important for us to mention to show persons or to let persons know just how impactful these trainings have been on their lives as well as the companies that we work with as well. Now, just to go back a little bit, in the late July, we actually had a training which was understanding the requirements of ISO 9001. Now, this training was conducted here at the GNBS, of course, and we saw approximately 15 persons participating in it. Now, with that batch of persons, 100% of them passed successfully, and they were able to get their certificates. So basically, tell about their competence, that they were able to deliver and they're able to understand fully about what the requirements of that ISO standard really is.
Yes, before you go on to the other training, I know a lot of companies, they have recognized how important is the ISO 9001 in ensuring that they satisfy their customers and also manage their risk and so forth.
Definitely.
So most definitely, many of these companies, they desire training on understanding the requirements of that standard. And we at the GNBS, we are always pleased to assist them.
Definitely.
We have the cadre of professionals who have the competency to ensure that persons, they can deliver the kind of training that is second to none here in Guyana. And most certainly at the end of it all, the participants have gained the understanding that's required in terms of the ISO 9000 and so many other training programs. Yes, so we are excited. Yes, definitely.
Yes.
So tell us more about the other training programs.
Good. So we had the training which was understanding the requirements. But of course, we just don't stop there. At the GNBS, we want to ensure that persons, when they deal with standards, they are well-rounded and they know specifically how to use them effectively in their operations. Now, the middle of August, we had an internal auditing training for ISO management systems. Now, this training in particular was giving persons the information, the knowledge on how to basically check their systems that they have implemented. Now, this training, it had approximately 15 persons yet again. And for another time, as we've all seen time and time again, 100% of the participants, they've all successfully completed this course. So they're able to go back to their organizations and basically use the knowledge that the GNBS provided to them on how to check their management systems, how to audit it, and be able to make better decisions to grow and expand their businesses. So that is something that definitely we have been doing continuously. The track record, of course, speaks for itself, 100% pass rate. And therefore, it just means that we're able to promote standards and quality to a greater extent.
Yes, definitely. This is one of our areas where we perform very well as an organization.
Definitely.
And certainly we are pleased to be able to provide professional training to persons in industry so that they can implement the various international and national standards. So we spoke about the training that recently occurred in the past. So
Yeah.
we're going to could we dive into maybe September, October, November?
Definitely. So of course, we have trainings, as I said, scheduled all year long. Now, coming along this last quarter of the year, there are some exciting trainings that are coming up. A person definitely should look out for and use the opportunity to capitalize on being a part of these trainings. Now, with that being said, of course, for the later part of this month here, September 27th to the 29th, we have another understanding the requirements of ISO 9001 training coming up. Now, this training here is going to be facilitated by the GNBS, of course. So it's going to be a face-to-face session here at our training facility. And of course, it is going to be between the hours of 9 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. So that is definitely an exciting one for persons.
Yeah, so certainly we are happy to provide that. I was going to ask you, I was going to ask you that question. How the duration of this training?
Yeah.
Is it too long? Is it a week? Or is it 2 days, 3 days? Tell us about that and the timings.
Yeah. So some of our trainings, they can span 3 days. Some of it's 2 days. Some of it, there are a few of them that we basically conduct in 1 day. However, most of them, they are 3-day sessions. Now, in terms of the timings, they're usually between the hours of 9 in the morning all the way to 3 in the afternoon. And there are some trainings, which I'll tell you about shortly, that we do in collaboration with Delphi Consultants, which is based in Trinidad. So those are virtual sessions. And in that case, those trainings, they'll last from 9 in the morning all the way to 4 in the afternoon. So that's usually the time frame of them. But 3 days generally, but we do have some that are 1 day, some that are 2 days as well.
Okay, I think that is the adequate timing, because I imagine after 3-4 days, persons get overwhelmed by training. So we try our best to make it manageable and within a time that is acceptable.
Definitely.
So most definitely, that is a good in terms of training. So tell us a bit about the remaining training going on into October.
No problem. Good. So in October, very early on, we're going to start with value stream mapping. Now, this is a training specifically that is going to allow persons to gain invaluable knowledge on how to basically deal with situations and so forth that arise within their organization, in alignment, of course, with the standards and the management systems. Now, this training is going to be run from October 3rd and 4th, and it's a 2-day training, of course, and it is going to be done in collaboration with Delphi Consultants. So this one in particular, as I said, the ones that are done in collaboration, it is not going to be from 9 to 3, it's going to be from 9 to 4. But of course, the information, I will stress on it, it is invaluable. So it is something that person can definitely look forward for. Now, right after that, of course, we also have understanding the requirements of ISO 5001 coming up. Now, that is a training that we're going to provide here at the GNBS, and it is basically going to equip persons with the knowledge on how to implement more so the occupational health and safety standards. So it's going to tell them specifically what the requirements are so that they are aware of it in the event that they're looking to maybe implement a management system. Because the only way you can do that is if you know exactly what you have to put in place.
That's an internationally recognized standard, right?
It is ISO 45001. Good. So right after that, of course, we have Introduction to Metrology coming up. Now, this here is an exciting one that was recently launched throughout the course of this year here, and it's basically going to tell persons exactly what metrology is all about, how to basically use these measurements and so forth. And it's something that here at the GNBS we try to promote. So, of course, it is an important training that person can definitely look forward for.
I know that you mentioned metrology, and you rightly mentioned the word measurement. So just for viewers, if you join us and you want to know what we're talking about this morning, today we are actually talking about the training sessions offered by the Guyana National Bureau of Standards. And definitely metrology has to do with measurements, and the GNBS is the National Measurement Institute. So we have the authority to provide such training. We have the knowledge, the expertise to provide such training to industry and so forth. So most definitely we encourage industry, if you're curious about measurements, you want to know a little introduction of what measurements are all about and how they can benefit your sector. Tyrone would agree with me that you should get on board the introduction to metrology training.
Definitely. And of course, one of the trainings that is in very high demand that persons are looking forward to all year round, IRCA Lead Auditor. But that is one that is coming up as well in October between the 17th to the 21st. And it's a 5-day course.
Yes.
Now, this course is going to be done again in collaboration with Delphi Consultants, and it is going to be a virtual session. So, of course, we make our facilities available to them. So persons can come to the GNBS, of course, and they do the training here in our facilities. And, of course, they're going to gain that invaluable knowledge. I'm going to stress again on that. Because Lead Auditor, it basically equips them with all the knowledge necessary to be able to not only audit a management system, but of course for them to become lead auditors in their own rights. So it is something that they can look forward to. That course, in terms of timing, it is going to be run between the hours of 9 to 4 as well. So it is something that is going to be spanned throughout the course of the 5 days, but persons can definitely look forward for an exciting 5 days ahead if they register for this.
Just remind us of the date of that training, because I think we have a lot of lead auditors, persons aspiring to be lead auditors in Guyana, and certainly they would want to be a part of it.
Definitely. So that course is going to be run from October 17th to the 21st. Yes, right, so persons can look forward for that.
Yes, and they have ample time to call the GNBS and get registered. Of course, we will share the information coming on to the end of this live.
Definitely.
Yes. What else we have, Tyron?
Good. So moving a little bit into November now, we have internal auditing of ISO management systems. Now, it's a training that we ran early in the year, but of course, we're running it again because of the demand that we've seen in it. Persons really want to be able to audit their management systems. So this training in particular, it is coming up on November 1st to the 3rd, and it is something that we're doing here at the GNBS. Now, this here, of course, the time is 9 to 3, and persons can definitely look forward for this one as well. Now, immediately after that, we have implementation and documentation of ISO 14001. Now, when persons hear 14001 for ISO, most persons, they're kind of unfamiliar with it. But it is a standard that's becoming so relevant, especially in the context of Guyana right now. Environmental management system.
Yes.
So we basically have this training available to help persons know how to implement it more so. How to basically have a system in place within their operations that ensures that they have an environmental management system available to them there.
Yeah, environment has become a very big topic today.
Definitely.
And certainly, if we can have an international standard that you can conform to and demonstrate that you are caring for the environment, most definitely the GNBS is always willing and ready to support through our training, of course, and technical assistance.
Definitely. So this particular training, it is going to be run on November 7th to the 9th, and it is one that we're doing in collaboration with Delphi Consultants again. So persons can definitely look forward for this, and if you're interested, they can always reach out to the GNBS and capitalize on this one as well. Now, right after that, we also have an exciting one coming up, which is implementing and documenting the FAR 5001. And when we talk about FAR 5001 for ISO, we're talking about occupational health and safety. So the same way in which persons are able to gain that knowledge and how to implement and document environmental management, they're able to have that system for occupational health and safety, and we're able to provide them with the knowledge on how to implement that within their operations as well. So this one in particular, it is going to be run from November 14th to the 16th. And again, this one here is done in collaboration with Delphi Consultants, 9 a.m. in the morning all the way to 4 in the afternoon.
Yes.
Good. And right after that, another exciting one is lab safety management. Now, lab safety management is one that we've seen the growing demand for it, especially in the context of Guyana here right now. So persons within a laboratory settings, especially, they can capitalize on this one. Now, lab safety management is coming up on November 22nd to the 24th. That is one that we're providing here at the GNBS. Timings remain the same, 9 to 3 in the afternoon.
I know that definitely that training would be pertinent to what is happening, and a lot
Definitely.
of companies are having laboratories. Even the medical laboratories are coming on stream offering tests, and so definitely safety is critical in these laboratories. So learning about safety through the GNBS training is the perfect opportunity to implement and do what is right.
Definitely. And to wrap the entire year up with our final training that we have, at least on the schedule, we have understanding the requirements of ISO 15189, which is basically one the persons may be a little unfamiliar with, but that standard deals specifically with medical laboratories, requirements for quality and competence. So you want to be able to demonstrate quality and your competence in being able to deliver quality results to persons. So this training in particular is going to be run from December 6th to the 8th. And it is one that we're providing here at the GNBS. Timings remain the same, 9 in the morning all the way to 3 in the afternoon.
Wow, so you've heard it very well on this live. If you just join us, we are talking about GNBS training service, and Tyron Rambakos is our business development officer, one of our business development officer, and we had the opportunity to have him share on the various training programs that are coming up from September all the way to November. It is quite a bit, but what we expect of companies and businesses and even individuals to identify specifically which one of these training you're interested in and to make contact with the Ghana National Bureau of Standards. Tyron will tell you about that in terms of contact and so forth, so take it away, Shirley.
All right, so if any person is interested in registering for any of these trainings, they can reach out directly to the GNBS through our website. They can even message on Facebook. They can even reach out directly via our telephone numbers. And once they do, they just indicate interest in that regard, and we'll be able to collect their contact details and, of course, reach out to them and discuss payments and all of that and take it from there. However, if companies are interested, let's say, for instance, any company, they have their group of persons and they would like them to be trained in any of these areas, we definitely can provide a training specific to that company with their individual, well, their persons more so. And we do provide sort of trainings like that.
Yes.
Now, any company interested in that regard can make a request to us, especially the business development department, basically who provides these trainings, and we'll be able to facilitate that based on our schedule and based on availability, of course. Now, a point to note is that with these trainings, persons may be hearing that we provide virtual trainings. We also provide some in-person trainings. But an interesting thing is that we also provide hybrid trainings. Yeah. Now, some of these trainings here as we go forward, and as they will see soon to come as well, is that persons can come and use our facilities to join some of these virtual sessions, and persons, if they're desirous, they can join from the comfort of their homes as well. So we have virtual and hybrid sessions available.
Clearly, we're catering for everyone. I know you mentioned indicate costs. Just to let you know, and that will be on the minds of plenty persons looking at this program today. So certainly, it is affordable. The GNBS training is affordable. The cost that you will pay covers your snacks, your lunch. You mentioned, Tyron mentioned the entire day you'll be here doing training, so we cannot. We have to provide snacks, we have to provide lunch, we have to provide all the printed materials and so forth. Your cost is included there, and it is definitely comparatively affordable. So we encourage you to be a part of this training, these training that are coming, and the GNBS is here to serve you. Our mission is to ensure that, we want businesses to grow and develop. One way they can grow and develop is with standards. It is with standards that you can get better, can improve your operations and all of that. We know that standards are not taught in school, and the GNBS finds the need that we can provide training like these, that, like Tyron mentioned, that you can be able to build your competency and build your staff so that you can do well. So before we close, any final words before I give my final?
Yeah, so one of the things I at least like to leave with our viewers today is that here at the GNBS, the trainings that we provide, they are basically unique trainings. They're trainings that are tailored to ensure that you gain invaluable information and knowledge that you can take back with you, not just within the world of work or within the organization that you basically work with, but of course, information that you can use in your everyday lives for years to come. So it is something that they can look forward to. And as you touched on it a little bit, we like to say here at the GNBS, persons, when they're signing up for our trainings, They don't have to worry about anything. They don't have to bring anything with them. Just come with a willingness to learn. We'll take care of the rest. So we're basically going to take care of you for the duration of the training period. So just come on board, sign up for these trainings, and just gain the knowledge, and let's have fun together.
Yes, so that's very nice to end with. So Tyrone, I want to thank you very much for joining me today on this live, and certainly we're happy to educate our public about the various trainings that we offer. Be sure to contact the GNBS at the numbers provided by Tyrone and the contact information, and we'll be able to have you registered early, and so that we can have our numbers and provide the training that he has described. So certainly we're happy to be here. Before we close, I would just like to introduce you, do a short clip to show you what our training sessions are like. Of course, a little snippet of it all. So be sure to enjoy it. I want to thank you very much for joining today's program live, and do have a wonderful rest of the day.